In this video, I would like us to talk about filament widgets, and we are going to just look at how to add some widgets in our dashboard. And what I'm going to do is to run a command in terminal. And so we will run the command php artisan make filament widget starts overview, that is the name of our widget, and then we will flag it with the start overview. So I will hit enter, and since we have some resources, it is going to ask us where on which resource. And in this case, if we select probably mention that we want it on the user resource, what is going to happen is that this widget will be located now when we click on the user's link like that, so it will be located elsewhere. But I just want it to be located wherever the application you choose. So for this option, I'm just going to hit enter. Then it is asking us where would we like to create, on which panel. So in this case, I will type in admin. And now we have the widget created in app, filament, then widgets directory. So basically, that is what is going to happen. And so inside here, as you can see, we are returning the statistics. We are name spacing, and then we are using the start overview widget as our base widget. And then this is where it is that we are going to pass in our values. So I want us to try something. I want us to say start make. In this case, we can say total users, and then pass in a value like that. And I want us to refresh and see. And now you can see we have our widget displayed there like that. We can still just go ahead and get the number of users from the database instead of hard coding like this. So we can just have function, and then we can call in the user model, and then we can go ahead and count. I believe this will work. And then obviously we can import the user model, app models user. And so once we have it like that, we can be able to go and refresh. And now it will get for us the users in the database by count. Now not whatever it is that we have hard coded. You can go ahead and do a little bit more, probably pass in a description. So maybe here we can pass in a description, and we can say users, active users, something of that sort. And so if we are to refresh, now we have below there active users, and we can also go ahead and pass in an icon. So we can say description icon, and inside here we can pass hero icon users, something of that sort. So again, if we are to refresh, now you can see we have it having the users. You can do a little bit more and put the icon position. So if you want the icon to be here, or if you want it to be in a different place, you can be able to come to this place and put a comma and talk about the icon position. We can say maybe something like before, and we will have to probably import the icon position class. Filament support enums icon position, and then when we check the icon position, we can be able to have two options, before and after. So basically that is what you will have. If we come here and attempt to refresh, now you can see the icon is before like that. We can also decide to have a color for our statistic, and we can be able to do that by just passing in the color. Here we will say color success, or primary, or danger, or even warning depending with whatever it is that you have set, but that depends on the theme that you have decided to choose. So it will be what it is that you determine, whatever it is, or how it is that you look like. So basically, that is that. So after that, you can also be able to add a chart as a statistic. So probably maybe on top of whatever it is that we have, we can be able to pass in a chart depending with what we have. So we can say chart. The inside here have an array of values, and these ones I just want to hard code. Probably we can have this random number 6, 4, 5, 7, something of that sort. Let's see how it displays. Now you can see on top of whatever it is that we have some nice chart that shows probably how the users were gained. So if in a single day we got 1 user and another day 3 users, so we can have such a kind of a fluctuation depending on what we have. So that means this data can also be picked dynamically from the database and then passed in the statistics. Sometimes you may also want to have the statistics updating live. So in this case, with an application that maybe is having very many users, and you want each user, as they continue interacting with the application, if they add orders, they can be able to see the orders have been added in the statistic. You can be able to have a protected statistics string, and then you can put in the polling interval. So you can say protected statistic, protected static string. So we pass in an optional string, and then we will check the polling interval. That, and we can set it to maybe something like some seconds, 10 seconds, 60 seconds, something. And that now will be able to check for us every single time we have changes on our statistic. And you remember when we were creating the statistic, we were being asked which resource. So in this case, if we would have passed in the user resource, then our statistics should have been displaying, instead of displaying in the dashboard, it will be displaying above the list users page that we are having here. Of course, you can be able also to set this to null if you do not want to do the polling, and that will still work. So that, I think, is all I wanted to talk about when we are talking about the stats overview. But of course, there's other things that we need to talk about regarding these statistics. So those ones we will mention in the next video. So I'll be picking small concepts and putting them out every single time until we reach at a point whereby we are in a position to have covered each and everything that we require to cover, and to be able to have a good command of working with Filament PHP. Thank you very much for following this video up until this point. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, a thumbs up will do us great. You can also comment in the comment section and give us your views and opinions regarding how you have found the video. We will indeed appreciate that. Thank you very much.